Ooh, I might actually not get enough distance. I'm going to have to build a bridge, Chad. This is going to be really stupid. Oh, I can still activate it. Sick. Well, that's very janky, but at least it worked. Oh my god. Well, do you know what I think is like kind of funny and based? And I more think it's based because I'm glad to see that like specific locations are super chill about this sort of stuff. Like obviously, you don't go up and ask everyone, right? But like, you know, people who are very just like open about their sexuality. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, people who are just very, very open about their sexuality. During all of like Pride Month and during all of living in Texas, I've only met 2 people who were very, very open to you, just like even if you don't know you, where they immediately basically make it like, you know, clear. And the only 2 times that I've ever had that is literally at Chick-fil-A. I've had 2 different employees at Chick-fil-A who were super open about the fact that they were like that they were gay. I thought that was like, I think it's so funny. It goes against like every stereotype you will hear. It's the only place. I remember one time coming through a drive-through, and one of the 2 of the dudes, one of the guys are standing there, and he's like, dude, you should have asked for that guy's number. And he was like, I know. And he was like, dude, he was so cute. You should have asked for his number. And then they turn around and they see I'm young. And you're like, dude, I have a question for you. Do you think that it's more awkward to ask for a guy's number or a guy's Instagram and try and slid in the DMs that way? And I was like, I'd probably do the Instagram because it feels like less of a step. And they were like, dude, I told you should start asking nice, good-looking guys for their Instagrams, not their phone number. And I'm like, dude, out of all the places I expected this conversation to go down, Chick-fil-A drive-thru was my last guess. But honestly, I'd love to see it. That is based. That is based AF. He did ask for my Instagram. And then I had to reply that I don't own an Instagram, which is sadly not a lie. I'm just kidding. He didn't ask for my Instagram. It was a little bit of an insult. I'm going to be honest. I got a little bit sad. Even though, obviously, I don't have one and I'm not interested, I still would have appreciated the question. I would have appreciated the question. But it's okay. Whatever. I don't care. You have a Threads account, Linkus? You know what? Chat, I'm going to show you something, okay? I'll show you. If I fail this again, or if I fail something else, I have to reset the run. I'll show you something. Oh my god, I can't believe I failed it again. This was my last post on my Instagram account that I used to sign up to Threads because I wanted the username Linkus7, and this is the user that has Linkus7. I'm just going to show you my last Instagram picture because it's a private account. This is my last picture I posted. This is from 2012. That is an iPod Touch 4th generation, all right? When I say I don't have an Instagram, I basically mean it, all right? I am basically meaning it when I say I don't have an Instagram, right? Technically, do I have an Instagram? Sure. But that is my last picture I posted on Instagram, and it was 2012. So technically, do I own one? Sure. Am I going to go to people and say I have an Instagram? No. Were you in a boy band? I had a period of my time in my life where I didn't want to get a haircut. I don't know why, but the idea of a haircut just scared me because I don't like change. Here's one of me snapping from earlier. Yeah, I just had like really long hair. I just did not want to cut my hair when I was like 11, 12 there. I should become a full-time role player and cosplayer in real life. I should buy the entire tunic that Link wears in this game, and I should just constantly just be like Link in my entire life from now on. Maisie would be like, what do you want to do today? Huh? What does that mean? Huh? Maisie wants you to cosplay as Leon? True. God, I love Leon Kennedy. Do you think if Interskip didn't get allowed, people would have burnt out of doing runs more easily? I think it would have taken the path where people would have stopped running any percent as much eventually. I think any percent has this life expanded because of it. I don't think long categories, it has that big of a difference. It still helps, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I just like... Because, I mean, think about it in the perspective of this, right? You have to go for more hard and risky strategies in an 80% run because it's shorter, right? And also, the intro in a good optimal run makes up like more than a tenth of the run, right? Which is just like terrible. When you're doing, let's say, Hundo, 40 hours, you don't really care about not having a perfect early game, so there won't be as many resets. You won't be resetting as much in general. You can easily take a 10-minute mistake, technically. It's such a long run, things like that. So, yeah, like I said, I don't think it made that big of a difference for the long categories, but for the short ones, absolutely. By the way, Chad, I think yesterday I was playing Valorant last night. I think I went up against what I am confident in stating, most likely the first cheater I've ever gone up against. And anyone who's ever looked into stats or knows video games like CSGO, Valorant, things like that, probably can understand this. There was this one Reyna in the other team. She was nuts. She would pre-fire. She would like not check all the corners. She was just playing a little bit weird. But like, honestly, a lot of people can do that. And I've never gone up against someone who I've before, like, sometimes obviously if you enrage, you're like, dude, is she cheating or what? But this is the first time I'm like 90% confident this person was cheating. Let me explain why. After the match, we went to look at her profile. They had a 48% headshot rate. If you've ever played an FPS game, you should know why that makes no sense. A 48% headshot rate. That means that in average, every 2 shots is a headshot. You literally cannot play the game and have a 50% headshot, right? There is no way. Even the top players in the world is not getting that. And also, you would have to play stupidly to get that, because not only would you have to always nail the headshots, but on top of that as well, you'd have to exclusively only one-tap and never spray a gun in your life. Like, there's just no way that you could have an almost 50% headshot rate. Yeah, from how they were playing, my guess from playing with them is walls with pre-fires. You know what I used to miss, because this made cheating way less frequent? It used to be way less frequent for people to cheat in CSGO back in the day, and I understand why companies don't do this, because less players and less money overall. But in terms of someone who legitimately loves the game and don't want cheaters, do you know what was the #1 terrible thing that made cheaters really start to appear a lot in CS at the time? The fact that they made it free to play. When CS used to be like, what was it, $15 or something like that to buy, there were cheaters, but not that much, because not as many people, even on sale, so it used to be like $9.99. Not as many people want to waste $10 on a copy of a game when they know they can only play with cheats for like a day or two, and then they lose their account. It could have been 20. I'm thinking, because I had Swedish currency at the time, obviously, and the conversion keeps changing. It could have easily been 20 in the US. I'm not sure. But either way, yeah, when it was in between 10 to $20 to buy CS, no matter what, that was less cheaters. Personally, I would have no shame in not doing anything and just enjoying the benefits for free. What? Cool. Let's hope that we can get the fall damage cancel first try, unlike my PB. I've lost, like, actually 7 minutes failing this fall damage cancel right here. Here we go. Let's hope for the best. We're coming up on the hard part of the run now. Nice. That really took a second there. I was like, okay, don't mess this up. Now time for a really difficult... now we have to do a difficult glitch, and then another one of those. But that one is harder, the next one, because you don't have as good of a visual cue and when to do it. Pretty clean. What are you doing? I'm dropping down to the bottom of Hyrule right now, where the army is. It's very slow to go down these paths normally, so it's much faster to clip out of bounds and fall there. I timed it right, but I didn't realize that that was solid. That's so sad. That is so sad. Got it. Now we just need the game to autosave. Thank you. PB pace. Oh, yeah. All right, hold it, everybody. We're coming up with some really difficult glitches right now.
You play Zelda on this channel. New here.
That should work. What? Huh? That's bullshit. What? How did that not work? Okay. I died from fall damage because I only had 1 heart. Cool. I'm gonna practice the clip, but I don't want this run to be my PB. Even though I still technically can PB, I don't want that to be my PB. But that time it worked. I don't understand. Okay. I guess I'll just do that in runs and hope for the best. Okay, and then we're gonna do the Linkus setup right here. Gotta despise this trick with a passion. But at least, if done perfectly, chat, it saves 40 seconds compared to doing ABC route. Anyways, if you were to get those 2 clips and you were to not fight the army and you run over here, then when you run up to the Demon King to fight him, there's just no one here. Like, the cutscene just does not start. But it actually makes sense when you think about it, because if you think about it, if you've beaten all the shrines, there's a different amount of bosses you fight, or dungeons. There's a different amount of bosses you fight, right? So it probably just changes things in terms of internal flags once you defeated the army, because once you defeat the army, for some players, you will then fight Ganon, right? Because you've already done the dungeon bosses once before. While for some people, you might have 1 or 2 left. So that's why you have to trigger the boss fights itself. But then once you've done that, you're good to go. Anyways, let's do another run, chat.